Aloha, friends. Um, welcome to March. Welcome to the what is it? The second quarter of 2026. Can you believe it? That it's already the second quarter? I can't. Um, so let me make sure that okay, everything's going through my iPod. So my sound, let me make sure my mic is on too. Audio, video. Yes. Um, oh, my speaker, my camera. I wonder if go over here to iPods because oh yeah, it's a little bit better because the other thing um is when Coco starts barking, we don't want to hear her. We love Coco, but we don't want to hear her. All right. What's new in Wonderland? What's new in AI? I am super excited because I finally got a super simple n8n webhook to work out the door. Um, which means another webhook that I need is probably gonna work out the door. What am I talking about? So I have a client that I am working with, and I talked a little bit about it last week. I didn't put my link in the chat, but go to last week's video if you're interested in a 2-week trial of Go High Level. And they have this new coding thing in there that's pretty amazing for making web pages and stuff, but you can only put information in. So, how do you get information out? How do you make it a two-way sync? Because the tech is there, but oof, it wasn't working the way I thought it would. And everything is like, no, you can't put the API in there. It's open and people steal your API. So I don't want people APIing into clients' high level accounts. So they said, oh, you have a private n8n server because my AI knows me so well. Just set it up and it'll call out and call back in, and it'll all be over private integration. So you're not burning up your uh, the webhooks inside of workflows in Go High Level, which anyone knows, those add up fast. So we are going to use those innate ends inside there to do a couple of things. Um, for this client, and I'll call back and forth. And I am super excited about this because there's a few AI automations, and I'm like, this is gonna rack up pretty fast. But because I already have the N8N part, and if they decide to go someplace else and not stay with me, they're gonna have to when the new person takes over their account, which they won't, not this first person. This first person is going to stay with me for a long time. We are joined at the hips. But like other people who come in after them, they'll wind up having to go someplace else. It'll have to be at a higher price. But because I already have this tech set up on my end, I can afford to provide it at a lower price because a lot of it is self-hosted. So, yes, I'm excited about that. I'm excited to serve people. So my other little webhook story today was for another client of mine who's having an event that everyone should go to, especially if you're a woman of a certain age. Um, oh, if you're interested, drop hashtag Menno and I will get you the link to that. So, um, when we were, there were buttons to click to put the event on your calendar, which high level should have handled like that. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So it turns out, however, high level was storing the event from the calendar. It wasn't storing it in a way that Google liked, or that um, the what is it, ICS file, it didn't like it, and it was trying to make you sign up for a Microsoft account because it was on a link and it wasn't a true ICS file. So we went in there, I fixed that, reformatted the dates right before the email went out, and now in their account, there's going to be two custom values that if they ever want to put reminder links for events, they will have that. And it will um, go in the emails, and they don't have to worry about, oh no, it's not firing off. Oh, I want this to look pretty. I don't want to have to remake it for everything. And then, oh, but if I put it in a workflow, I don't want to also have to put it on the calendar workflow and recreate the wheel like in 900 places inside my high level account. Just want to do it in one place. So, with this fix, it is totally going to be super easy for them to do that. And I'll put it in there as um, a template for sending um, email reminders and stuff. So that is both in my universe and in another business universe that I'm helping um, people with. So there's just a lot of stuff out there. I've also seen a lot of people getting off the Claude bus. I'm still there. And honestly, I'm not sure what people are doing that they're hitting these limits that they need to go up to $200 a month. Um, Or maybe my ADHD is so bad that I'm like, oh, I go from here and here and there. But I was hitting something and getting codes today. So I don't know if it was a Claude problem or if I was actually hitting limits, but I'm still at like the $20 plan. I haven't even bumped up to the $100 plan, which I really need to be at for the things that I've been doing, but I go back and forth between Claude and Perplexity. So I'm not sure I'm ready for Perplexity Computer, which is pretty awesome. And that's a $200 investment a month. So I'm still trying this stuff out. But, oh, so I'm also creating templates inside of High Level for some invoices and stuff. So, my advice to you, if you ever want fast and good Manus for creating templated form field stuff, it was perfect first time out, compared to a couple of others that it's like, no, it's everything's not lined up correctly. It doesn't look right. But what I'm really hoping for is um, tonight's fun and games is just to have it all in this. n8n workflow that it goes out, it creates perfectly templated invoice with all the information, and it comes back into the account and it goes out for signature. Or it come goes uh yeah, rather for approval, comes back into the account in its draft, and then someone can review it and just press boop and out it goes. So I do need to set some stuff up in there for that, but like just the customization, and you don't have to stay with templated stuff, and you can make it as beautiful or as simple as you want. You want to make something with Canva and you want it fixed so things are lining up or extra or more dynamic. The the possibilities, if you start learning some of this stuff and playing with it, and you need to be able to have that childlike curiosity, because if you don't, you're gonna get frustrated as all get out, and you're gonna be like, nope, not for me. I'm gonna stick with what I can drag and drop and copy and paste. But I mean, if that's where you're at and you want to live in a copy and paste, drag and drop world, that's fine. But, as that you see, you're looking, abacus, rotary phone, that's where this stuff is going to be. And everyone who's saying they're too old, give me a break. You were writing HTML code along with me on MySpace. So I don't like code. Code is scary. Well, anyone who had a MySpace account, don't tell me that, because you made some beautiful stuff when you were teenagers or preteens. So you could make friends online, pre-Facebook, where everything was drag and drop. So, oh, shout out to Tradition Coffee, my favorite coffee in Hawaii, or top 10, top 10, because someone's going to get mad at me, I'm sure. So, you know, uh, but Brian's a family friend. So if you go over there, definitely tell him Heather sent you. Um, but he owns the place. The people behind the counter are not going to know who Heather is. So, but fantastic coffee, fantastic food trucks. You're in Hawaii. Let me know. I'll go meet you over there and I'll treat you to a coffee. So, yeah, basically that's what's new in AI in Wonderland. If you haven't joined yet, you're definitely missing out. You're missing out on high level. Oh, this is if whoever's you're getting your high level through has not set up high level desktop, you are missing out, especially if you want to start using a lot of these AI tools. So I set mine up last night. I got to set up another one. Probably going to do it tonight. Um, and it takes 24 hours, but then it's an app on your desktop. So all of these tools that can take over and do stuff for you and make calls, they're not trying to get into a browser that's like, oh, there's an iframe that's blocking me from doing this. And if you don't know what an iframe is, it is the bane of people's existence when they're trying to do this stuff, because it's like it can't get through the website and through all this stuff. Um, but on a desktop app, it can run all of this code to do things. And that's what I've learned too. So, talk about a journey from where we were. Um, in the 90s where we're coding HTML, learning how to do this. Command line was our best friend before everything was little pictures to make it easier. Now I'm in my command line all the time. I'm on my virtual private server talking and doing things and cutting and pasting in there and setting stuff up. Never in a million years did I think this would be my life. Nobody that knows me from, oh, maybe. They're all like, oh, Heather's smart. Heather can do what she puts her mind to. Um, yeah. I mean, I remember when I first started working for DoD, someone comes up to me and they're like, do you know Excel? I'm like, yeah, I worked on Wall Street. Of course I know Excel. That's what I did before I worked for DoD. I worked for Oppenheimer funds. I had my 763. I was a math major on scholarship for academics, for math. So of course I know spreadsheets. They're like, everything's in a book. Could you get it online so people can see updates and um there's space and when things are changed and we can archive. I'm like, yeah. And of course, this is before OCR readers and you could scan it and post it and whatnot. Things have gotten easier. It was a lot of hand jamming, but people weren't doing that. And then the next stage, I show up to offices and everything's in Excel. I'm like, you're going to lose this. And if one person like gets in here, if it's in a shared drive and they touch it, it's all going to go poof. And if it gets corrupted, it's going to go poof. We need to put that in access so we can back up the data, people can update it, people can search it, and if there's hokey things going on at one place and another place, we can look for trend analysis across different fields. And it's like, oh, with the possibilities. So I've been blowing people's minds since uh, since college with what is possible. So anyway, that's something else that you definitely need to ask your high level provider about. So here's the other thing. If you're on a $97 plan, I do not believe that desktop is available. So that's why you're going to want to get with someone um, and join their agency if you want that desktop option. Um, You're more than welcome to come over to my agency. There's a bunch of people I know that are amazing with high level. Um, Go to their agency and tell them, hey, I want this desktop, create it so I can have access. And unlike the mobile customized plans, it doesn't cost them anything else. It's included having a desktop app. So definitely ask them to set it up and do it. And if they're like, I don't know, send them over to me and I'll help them out. Um, because I really want, like, rising tide lifts all ships. So let's see. There's nothing in the chats. I don't see anything going on the Book of Faces. No comments there. Colleen is probably working hard. Um, that woman, she's got it going on. Um, But that's kind of all I had planned to talk about today was a little bit about Claude, a little bit about high level and how I absolutely have to do a shout out to my business buddy, bestie, uh, bombshell extraordinaire, Tiffany, who pushed me out of the nest to get back into high level. And yeah, best decision I ever made to be able to help people. And doesn't stop me from helping people in other places. Like if you follow me on Facebook, I put a custom GPT out there that helps you make your own custom GPT to be a business card scanner for System IO. So if you're on other platforms, I'll put stuff out there every once in a while that I'm like, I have this in the archives, might as well share it with people. Who knows? You help one person. I even got a phone call today from another business bestie who's out there in Arizona, uh, living the hustle life, but he's well connected. He's not living the hustle life, but that sounds good. Makes good social media. Let's put it that way. Um, but just with some really cool opportunities and things that are going on. And it blows my mind every day that there are people. She said he was telling me about one of the people in his networking circle that he does business with. They she does payroll, takes her all day because people are still clocking in, clocking out on a time card. They don't have an electronic system where people can log in, log out. They put what they've done for the day in. You can set up geofencing so it only works if they're in proximity of the office, so people aren't stealing time from you. But who knows? Let them steal time, and then you can see where they were. What if did they use the office IP to clock in with? Or did they use a home IP to clock in with? And if they're using Starbucks IP, like everything's trackable these days. So let them let them make their mistakes, and then you can see who's being honest and who's not being honest. So you don't have to set up the fences. Let the people who want to walk out the door because they think they're smarter than you walk out that door. Those are the people that you don't need in your life. You need the people who are showing up, doing their best, um, and working hard alongside you because it takes a team to do anything. Um, there's no, they say solopreneur, there's no solopreneurs. You're working along other people, the people that you service with your product, um, the other people on your team that help provide those services. We're all, no one's getting out of this life alone. We're all in it together. We're all connected. So just make sure you show up the right way um, for those people. But yeah, there shouldn't be time card day. There shouldn't be one invoice day. Um, it should be something that gets triggered. So, what I'm setting up now for a trigger event is okay, this is what, here's the cost of the project. 25% to start, and then we get to a certain price point in the project, then you pay another percent of it, another timeline. There's another part of the invoice is paid. So while you don't have to front everything, it can be automated that you don't need to be. And this is what AI told me the other day, and I'm building it for other people. Now I got to build it for myself. You don't have to be the API. Like in my own, I had someone who rescheduled their appointment today, and they texted me on my high level. What haven't I done for myself? I don't have those messages being forwarded to my phone. So I missed his message. How easy is that for me? It take like 2 seconds for me to set that up. To be like, oh, notification, text message comes in. Here's the body of the text message. This is what happened. Um, does it cost like a little bit for that extra text? Yeah. But would I have been like, oh, waiting and wasting my time? So when you don't set these things up, and I'm guilty, guilty of charge. I haven't set everything up the right way either, but I learn as I go. And when you come to me with these problems and you're like, is there a solution? There's always a solution. If it doesn't work the first way, we pivot, we move, we redo the plan, and I guarantee there is a way to success, even if the first try didn't work. I mean, look at all the great inventors in history. And I'm not saying setting up a CRM should be an invention in history. Some of this stuff should work straight out the door. So why the reminder buttons in the email did not work, like really high level, what the hell? But anyway, I digress. It wouldn't have happened without perseverance, without doing it a bunch of times. So I'll leave you with that. And Colleen, if you're out there watching, guess what? The theme music's coming. I'm about to have us sign off. That is her favorite. She makes videos with it. So thank you for turning in the
Lights are shining everywhere. Feel the rhythm in the air. Hearts are beating, feel the vibe. Get on up, it's time to jive. I'm so excited.